Hello everyone, welcome to Physics Bridge course for class 11 students. In the previous video lecture, we studied basic fundamentals of mechanics and they are distance, displacement, speed, velocity and acceleration, retardation. So about these terms, we already studied in the previous video lectures. Today, we are going to discuss about equations of motion. So before going to know about equations of motion, first we have to know what is motion of an object. So in physics, motion is the phenomenon in which an object changes its position over time. When object is changing its position with respect to time, then we can call it as object is said to be in motion. But in mathematically, motion is described in terms of displacement, distance, velocity, acceleration, speed and time. So how to define motion of an object here? It is the phenomenon in which object changes its position over time. When object changes its position with respect to time, then we can say that object is said to be in motion. Mathematically, we can use the terms like displacement, velocity, acceleration, time to describe motion of an object. Some examples for motion of an object. First example is motion of Earth around the Sun. We know that planets are revolving around the Sun. Here, the Earth is changing its position with respect to time. So, this is an example for motion of an object. Similarly, motion of a stone falling freely from the roof of a building. So at the top of the building, when we are throwing a stone, it is falling freely towards the center of the earth. It is only because of gravitational force. Similarly, third example, motion of a striker moving on a carom board. While we are playing a carom, so we are moving that striker on that carom board. That time, this striker is changing its position with time. These are some examples for motion of an object. Then, now we can study what are the equations of motion. There are three important equations for motion and they are V equal to U plus AT. Second one, V square equal to U square plus 2AS. And third equation, S equal to UT plus half AT square. You already studied about equations of motion in your high school. And again the same equations of motion you are going to study in your class 11. So what are the three equations of motion? First one is V equal to U plus AT. Second one, V square equal to U square plus 2AS. And third one, S equal to UT plus half AT square. So how we got these three equations of motion? So in PUC 1 or in class 11, you have the syllabus regarding motion in a straight line. In that chapter, you are going to learn the derivations of these three equations. And here, in these three equations of motion, S indicates displacement, U indicates initial velocity, V indicates final velocity, A indicates acceleration and T indicates time interval. We already studied about these terms in the previous video lecture. What is displacement? Displacement is the shortest path length between any 2 points. The shortest distance between any 2 points is displacement and it is denoted by S and the SI unit of displacement is meter. Then come to initial velocity and final velocity. What is velocity? Velocity is a rate of change of displacement. When displacement is comparing with respect to time and that gives velocity. So initial velocity is denoted by U, final velocity is denoted by V. And it is given by the equation V equal to S divided by T. that is displacement with respect to time, and its SI unit is meter per second. Meter per second is the SI unit of velocity. Then A indicates acceleration. So what is acceleration? We are comparing velocity with respect to time, that gives acceleration. Acceleration is given by the equation A equal to V divided by T. That is, rate of change of velocity is called acceleration, and the SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square. Then retardation or deceleration. So deceleration or retardation is exactly opposite to acceleration. In acceleration, velocity is increasing, but in retardation, velocity is decreasing. So we can get the answer in terms of negative for retardation or deceleration. And the last one, T indicates the time interval. So time is a scalar quantity because it is having only magnitude but no direction, and time is measured in terms of second. Second is the SI unit of time. These are the three important equations of motion. So using these equations, let us solve some numerical problems. The first problem is a car acquires a velocity of 72 kmph, that means kilometer per hour. A car acquires a velocity of 72 kmph in 10 seconds starting from rest. That means initially the car is at rest, then it starts to move and it acquires a velocity of 72 kmph. Calculate its average velocity, acceleration and distance travelled during this period. See here, when you are going to solve any numerical problems in physics, it carries 5 marks. First, we have to write the givens from this numerical problem. What are the givens? Initially, the car is at rest. When car is initially at rest, then what is the initial velocity of the car? Initial velocity of the car will be 0 because the car is at rest. Now the car is moving and it acquires, its velocity increases, then the final velocity of the car becomes 72 km per hour. See here, first we have to write the givens. Initial velocity of the car is 0 because initial velocity is denoted by u. Then final velocity v equal to, so what is the final velocity of the car? That is 72 km per hour kmph. What is the SI unit of velocity? Velocity is measured in terms of meter per second. So we have to convert this kmph into meter per second. How to convert? See here. First we have to convert kilometer to meter, then hour to second. 72 kilometer can be written as 72 into 1000 meter, because we know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meter. 72 kilometer means how many meter? 72 into 1000 meter. Similarly, 72 kilometer per hour. So 1 hour means how many seconds? 1 hour means 60 minutes. 1 minute equal to 60 seconds. So 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds. Now convert the value of kilometer per hour into meter per second. So we can write 72 into 1000 divided by 3600. 72 into 1000 divided by 3600, calculate this value, we will get 20 meter per second. So final velocity of the car is 20 meter per second. Then also time interval is given. 10 seconds. So what we have to calculate? These are the givens. Then what we have to calculate? Average velocity. Average velocity means we can write it as V average. Then we have to calculate acceleration. And also distance traveled during this period means S. Distance traveled or displacement is denoted by S. First we have to calculate V average. Average velocity of the car. Mean value of velocity or average value of velocity is given by the equation V average equal to. So there are two velocities here, initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. That gives mean velocity or average velocity. Substitute the values here. Initial velocity is 0 plus final velocity is 20 meter per second divided by 2. So we will get V average equal to 20 by 2. That means 10. Then what is the SI unit of velocity? Velocity is measured in terms of meter per second. Average velocity of the car is 10 meter per second. Then second one, acceleration. How to find acceleration of the car using these givens? We know equations of motion. The first equation of motion is V equal to U plus AT. We can use this equation. V equal to U plus AT. Substitute the values. Final velocity is 20 meter per second. Initial velocity is 0 plus acceleration we have to calculate, keep as it is, into time is given 10 seconds. So we will get A equal to 20 divided by 10. So the answer is 2 and its SI unit is meter per second square. So acceleration of the car is 2 meter per second square. This is acceleration of the car. Then similarly, third one is distance traveled during this period. Distance means we can use the equations of motion, that is third one, S equal to ut plus half at square. S equal to initial velocity is 0 into time is 10 second plus 1 by 2, keep as it is. Acceleration we got 2 meter per second square and time is 10 square. S equal to 0 into 10 will be 0 plus 2 will get cancelled. 10 square is 100. So distance traveled during this period is 100 and its SI unit is meter. So distance traveled in 10 seconds is 100 meter. So first we have to write the givens. Then we have to write the suitable equation or formula. Then substitute the given values. Then calculate and result we have to write in terms of SI unit. So each part carries 1 mark. See here, given carries 1 mark. Formulae that carries 1 mark. Then substitution carries 1 mark. Calculation carries 1 mark. Then result with SI unit, it carries 1 mark. So totally we will get 5 marks for each numerical problem. Right? Now we can move towards the second problem. A ball is moving with a velocity of 0.5 meter per second. Its velocity is decreasing at the rate of 0.05 meter per second square. What is the velocity after 5 seconds? How much time will it take from start to stop? What is the distance traveled by it before stopping? So first we have to write the givens. A ball is moving with a velocity, means initial velocity of the ball is u equal to 0.5 meter per second. Its velocity is decreasing. So final velocity we don't know. Leave it. But here it is decreasing at the rate of 0.05 meter per second square. So what is 0.05 meter per second square? See here, meter per second square is the SI unit of acceleration. That means acceleration is given, but here velocity is decreasing. So we can take it as minus 0.05 because it is not acceleration but it is deceleration. Here velocity is decreasing, so we can write minus 0.05 meter per second square. Then what is its velocity after 5 seconds? First we have to calculate velocity after 5 seconds, means when t equal to 5 seconds. Then second question, how much time will it take from start to stop? We have to calculate a time interval when it stops, means final velocity when it is equal to 0. Then what is the time interval? Then third question, what is the distance traveled by it before stopping? That means we have to calculate distance. Yes, question mark. So here again we can use the suitable equations of motion. For the first question, we can use v equal to u plus at. For the second one, t equal to question mark when v equal to 0. For the second question, we can use the same equation again, v equal to u plus at. And for the third one, to calculate distance traveled, we can use the equation s equal to ut plus half at square. So from this problem, I already given the values and the suitable formula. Now I am going to give you some homework. In these formula, substitute the values and calculate, then tell me the proper answer. I am going to solve this problem in the next session. Let us take it as homework.